when you own a Slotcar store, you need to understand it's a bizarre line of work. It's a strange line of work. So when somebody asks me what I do, I have two options. Option one, if I want to stall for 2 seconds of time, is I say I own my own business, which will lead into the second option of, okay, what do? You can lead with this, or you can do the stall tactic, right? And that is, I sell slot cars, and you get the inevitable question.
What is a slot car?
What is a slot car? And then I have to explain, like, oh, yeah, all right. You know what? Screw you guys, by the way. Now, we're going to go through in this podcast pretty much everything I could think of about owning a slot car store and what it's like. And I think we're going to start off with our selling strategy. So everybody should know this, Amanda.
Everyone should know this.
Everyone.
Is this what they should do or what we do and they...
No, they can't steal from our style. They got to do what they want to do, okay? I mean, really... Okay, here's the thing. I am super honest. And that... People call me a Carrera fanboy, but I've given Carrera bad reviews. Like the Mario Kart set... Mario Kart Evolution. We never sold one Mario Kart Evolution.
Are we still not?
I don't think we ever did because, we had a bad review of it. But I don't want people being disappointed with their purchase. When you buy from me, I want you to be happy so that you will continue buying from me and continue with the hobby. And that means being honest about whether I think a product is real, like it was worth it or not. These are hundreds of dollars. A lot of people don't have hundreds of dollars. Like there are some YouTubers who like to be super positive about everything. But you know what? I don't have money to spend $55 after I spend like over $300 to get a 4-pack of straights. I want a set that is going to be enjoyable right when I open it. So that means spending some extra money for Speedway Champions instead of Mario Kart Evolution. If I was looking for an analog set, that would be the way I'd go. But of course, some people like to just sell everything in their stock house, so they want to be super positive about everything. But that's not us. Unfortunately, being real does have its cons. Now, it has pros and cons. Obviously, when we make a tier list, Amanda, that's easier for the customer.
Right.
And we have a couple of different tier lists. The curved tier list is stupid. Don't watch that one, but the rest of them are good. The curved tier list was like literally like what I made when I had first started slot cars. It was like kind of, I hadn't even tested all the curves. Guys, you should be using the widest curves you can. I'm getting off topic. We'll save that for next time. We'll save that for next time. Now, it makes things slow to move, as I mentioned. Now, one thing you're going to have if you're going to be a slot car store is social media. Sorry. And by the way, that means you're going to have to be on the Tickety Talk, the Instasham. Amanda, you don't do a very good job managing those, by the way.
No, I have too much going on already.
Oh, no, my gosh. Apparently watching Millionaire Matchmakers.
Outside of the business, and you're the one who started watching that. And how much do you watch during the day, Billy, of Millionaire Matchmaker?
I haven't been watching. I didn't watch nothing today. I got nothing.
Oh, you were a good boy then.
I was busy painting, and yeah, my life. So I'm pretty much working like every day, all day. Because what I'm not.
Welcome to.
What I'm not. Yeah, I know. Welcome to entrepreneurship.
Welcome
not
to
really.
adulthood.
That's not adulthood. Working 16 is not adult.
16? You think you're working 16?
I'm probably working 12. It's hard to have a family balanced life. Like. I don't really get very much time for me. I got to sneak in those little 15 minutes. Now, sometimes if I had like a really, really hard day, I'll take the night off.
Well, Wednesdays, it's more recently than
I've been
before.
You
have your card games, so that's good. The night of recording.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're going to be doing this, you need to understand. Let me see what else we have down here. Oh, right. Okay. So yeah, YouTube is also going to be mandatory. I consider YouTube social media. And because we're doing content creation, we're doing social media posts, and then we're doing like video editing, that's the life. That's it for you, bud. All I talk to my friends about is like YouTube.
Do you know why this video got so many views, or why this one just didn't hit the market? Like the demographic.
Don't know. Yeah, they don't know.
Billy every week, or
I do.
Whenever we see our friends.
Yeah, I try to bug them. I've been hanging out with some other social media creators at the card game, so I consider that work now, so you can't say nothing.
I have nothing against you going out. Last week was an exception because
the kids were melting down. You were melting down.
I was having a meltdown.
Amanda's favorite hobby is having melties. Like, people think I upset you. You're just an emotional person.
It's been an emotional week. So essentially started Wednesday last week, and it just continues.
Amanda gets angry at our children, but I'm like, that's a pot calling the kettle black.
It's outside of just kids, though. It's just work.
Okay. So yeah, the online store is also going to be mandatory. We tried the whole physical store thing. Unless you're in a huge city and there are lots of old people, you're going to have an online store. And that means you're going to have to work on your shipping logistics. There's a lot to do. Like, there's a lot to do. I hear a lot of people trash talking Canada Post. If you were the one owning the business having to ship, you'd be using Canada Post. Or else you'd be losing the customers because they're the cheapest. Like, they are the most cost-effective shipping company, that's for sure. Now, maybe if you have coupons, and yes, shipping companies have coupons, you can get away with that for a little bit. But even that, I'm just telling you.
Or your sales are really high that you're able to get, like, for high volume, lower cost.
Okay, let's just say in general, so we don't just bore everybody by talking about all the exceptions to the rule, right?
Okay, sure.
Okay. For the YouTube content, I feel like if you're going to be changing your track to keep things fresh, but if you're going to be doing YouTube videos with you changing the track too, you're also going to need a lot of track.
For sure, you need to have all the pieces to do what you want. You need all the variety, you need the same amount. I'll tell you guys, like, even just for the GRL, I was giving Billy a hard time this week. I'm like, I finally said something. I'm like, do we not have this curve so it's not a curved lane change? And he finally went downstairs.
It was a straight. And it was not a straight that I replaced it with. I used three-quarter straights to equal one straight. So we didn't actually have the pieces.
It was a
we improvised one.
You're right.
Like
but
always.
But it was the curve. It was because of the lane changer that bothered me.
No, it bothered me too. But look, that's just the thing. Now, I'm actually working on a bigger project right now, Amanda.
Ooh, what's this project? I need to hear.
I'm going to keep that a secret, but it required pretty much all the 1x60 curves I owned. And it's crazy big.
I remember now, and I've seen a picture, and you guys, I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. It will be awesome.
Now, see, I'm bringing up YouTube because, so people don't understand, YouTube is also a business. So your AdSense is everything. Like, some people are like, oh, well, AdSense isn't a big deal. People shouldn't be trying to make money on it. People shouldn't be trying to make a living on it. Guys, YouTube is going to push the videos that make YouTube the most money. That means you need to be making these kind of videos, which means you might as well earn the AdSense.
Yes. For example, before we were monetized, YouTube was, like, had ads on our videos. I don't know where I'm going with it.
Yeah, you kind of got off track there, Amanda. But we were making a point. But I'm more looking to the point where we have to do better. Other content creators make their niche appealing to the masses. I was watching something about Flesh and Blood, which is a trading card game. I don't even like Flesh and Blood, and I was finding this content creator very entertaining. And I'm like, why can't Slotcars do the same thing? We could make our level of quality of video the same thing as that person's. And I want you to know, to the guy who I'm showing, this is the guy I played card games with, if you claim this video, I am going to beat you up in real life.
Billy, zip at you.
Now, maybe he turns out bigger than I think. I'll just hit him with the car, okay? So it'll be one or the other.
Oh my gosh, Billy. Take this as him joking, please.
No, I'm serious. Anyways, let's talk more about this AdSense, because we're not quite done with it yet. Amanda, okay, maybe you guys have all the money in the world. I don't think you're going to be investing into your money into a full editing setup to do these kind of professional videos, right? You need the AdSense to pay for that stuff for you. If we could make $400 a year, that's a Yeti, right? That's a Yeti microphone, and you could get yourself a little Chromebook, and you have better sound. And I think that's worth the investment. I think that's what people don't understand. Like, money is everything. It is a win-win situation. You could upgrade your stuff. Maybe you want to hire an editor on Fiverr. Maybe you want to, there's a lot of things you could do with your AdSense. AdSense is super important for creators. It doesn't even matter if the creators have money. It's still important for them.
It helps make your content better.
I'm going to cut that part out. Sorry.
That's okay.
Here's a dirty little secret. Ordering product is degenerate gambling. When I invest in a car, where's the car? So this car is the most popular car for club scratch building, okay? This Zaxby Turbo. Now, it wasn't always the most popular car. So, do you want to hold on to this forever? Like, do you want to invest in a case of this? I invested in 2 cases of this car, and I am down to my last car. So that gamble worked out. Now, people, I want to just bring this up. here's a little behind the scenes thing, okay? This is really exciting. I have to be careful with this. This is the collector's edition car, okay? Now, we had the 132nd version of this for years. It just sat there. So when people are like, why didn't you order more of the Porsche safety car collector's edition this year? I'll tell you why. Because I don't want to be holding on to a case of these expensive collector's cars sitting in the dust. And I cannot always tell by the small pictures I get from the order sheet how a car is going to look. Like, we get the order sheet before we get the catalog in some cases. So I am just gambling and hoping for the best when I order some of these cars. So I will try to stock more collector's editions, but I need you guys to understand I can't overstock them, because this thing here, in my opinion, probably going to be held on to for a while. It's probably going to be like its 132 little brother. I can't. And some cars share the same name and driver. Amanda's nervous because I left it there here.
I was looking to see how many prints there were of it again.
An interesting thing is that sometimes you already know the car is going to be popular, and other times you might know something and it misses. Okay, so the Mario and Yoshi in 132 sold over a case. However, I may have over-ordered because there's still half a case left of those two cars years later. Now, they will sell. However, a little bit too much, because they're good for bringing people to the website, but it was still, yeah, I know. I think you guys understand. See, like, when this car hangs around the store, it's kind of preventing me from buying other cars with the money I spent on this one. Like, we need to spend our profits to kind of just invest back into the business. And you're going to learn, you're not really going to have a paycheck for a long time. And when you finally get one, it's going to be like pittance, because you're so busy constantly because as the business grows, I have to order more cars. So I sell more cars, but the business grows, so I still have to invest whatever profit I made on those cars into even more cars.
Mind you, that is any business.
I know, but it's...
Especially just retail,
well,
but any business you don't see a profit until after 5 years.
So, see, this actually goes in perfectly to our other topic here, where the demand is really high right now. The demand is stupidly high. That we're actually getting some notices. So I'm not going to say who, because, I don't want to, like, give industry secrets or whatever. But there are notices pretty much saying, hey, these cars arrived, you need to invest. You need to buy them now. You need to order them now, or you might not get them. Like, that's how quick the Carrera stuff has actually been going. And we want to thank everybody for that, by the way. We want to thank other content creators. The Slotcars have been going super high, which is great for us. Higher than the Prime Minister. Now, the problem we have, Amanda, is what?
This can all come crashing down in an instant.
So we invested all this money, but for all we know, maybe the economy in America tanks. If America tanks, Canada tanks. That's generally how it's going to go. Like, if you look at the history, it's pretty tight. The Canadian economy does rely on the American economy a lot. There was one weird spot within my lifetime where we were on par or even higher, but that was a very weird time.
That was very brief, and the only thing I remember from that specifically was to do with book sales, because on the back of the books it always shows an American price and then a Canadian price, and then they started selling the books at the American price because we were on par. That's the only thing I remember.
Oh, I bought a lot of stuff. So if it comes crashing down, it's like, what am I going to do? I'm just going to hold on to this product forever? That's another reason I do not want to overinvest. Now, we've actually been putting more money into ordering more of the same slot car. Not out of choice, literally because our old stock is like almost gone. Like I'm just even looking right now over there, and we used to have like 4 boxes, 5 rows of 4 boxes high. And now it's 5 rows, but it's... Oh, sorry, it's 5 boxes high. It's 5 by 5. 5 rows of boxes, 5 boxes high. Now there's 5 rows of 4 boxes high, and 1 row has 3 boxes. Again, you need to remember, some of these cases have like half a case of the same slot car, where that wasn't the case before, where we had like 2 to 3 of a bunch of different slot cars because they had sold through it the years. So, yeah, just crazy how fast the hobby's going. And we might even have a problem. And I want me to throw down a prediction?
Okay, go for it.
So I'll say in 2 years, if Carrera doesn't start making more of each model of slot car, we might have shortages. That's how fast this hobby is growing. And it's not just us that's growing. I found the Slotcar YouTube community as a whole, the views have been going up for everybody. The sales have been going up for stores. And it's hard. It's already getting hard to get product. So, 2 years, if we can keep up this growth, you are going to have to start even pre-ordering even sooner.
So do you think, because as we know with Carrera's predictions, well, not predictions, but rather what they say is going to come out, some of these cars don't come out until the following year. So does that still create a bigger hype for those cars, and then higher demand, and then not having the supply to meet it?
So you're saying, like, does it kill the demand for them waiting?
Not
Or
that if it kills demand.
You're saying it does the opposite.
That it does the opposite. So everyone's waiting for these, like for in our case, the
track clean truck.
Yes, thank you. Everyone's waiting for it, and then knowing that more and more people are getting into the hobby, is there going to be enough to go around?
Probably not.
Okay.
Now, I don't think that every single thing... I think... It's hard to say. The delays kind of keep piling on. So because you keep having to push more and more stuff back, people are just going to buy what they originally wanted. But if we had stuff kind of like merging... Like, Spirit of Speed stuck around for quite a while, even though it was such a good set. Because it had been delayed so long, and we had new sets come out, it was getting diluted, right? It was getting lost in the crowd. Did we sell out of Spirit of Speed?
Yes.
Yeah, we're sold out of Spirit of Speed. Woo! Actually,
we have one.
No, we don't. Well, it's being held. So
being held, like someone like.
You're such a
reserved.
nerd. Oh my gosh! Just say it's sold.
I don't want that person watching this video and thinking that we sold their copy.
Okay, whatever. We had actually ordered a ton of extra sets, so we are down to, in terms of the large scale sets, we're down to 4.
Is it 4? It's not 3. It's 4.
We have 1 Speedway Champions, 2 Peak Performance. 5, sorry. We have 1 Bull and Horse, and we have GT Race Battle. But I don't even count GT Race Battle with that one because I kind of bought that just to have on our set.
Is it on our set right now?
It's not on our set right now, no.
Billy, what is going on here?
I know, it needs to be where Bull and Horse is. I just got kind of lazy.
Oh.
Well, what happened was I wanted to put the newer sets in the back for temporary to get them exposed, to like do an advertising for them. But what kind of backfired is that they sold so quickly, and then I was like, I have like kind of a mess over there. So I was like, I don't want to get GT Face Off back, so I just grabbed the closest set to put back there. Which you can't even see Peak Performance right back there.
No, anyway. But you can see Build and Race.
Yeah, you can see Build and Race. Amanda really wants you guys to buy that one.
It was such a fun concept.
That was another gamble I took and gambled and lost. I have so many Build and Race trucks. I was like, oh, kids love Lego. Lego are so good. I'm going to buy all them Gamza. And then it really backfired. So, whoops. What I want people to also understand is that sometimes, in very rare cases, it's not going to be about money when you produce a video on YouTube or when you make even a post on Facebook or Instagram. It's about saving yourself time. So when I release like a how-to video for Carrera, like the how to set up your control unit, yeah, I do think that video will get views, get a couple thousand views and everything. But really, I just don't want to explain to customers every single time how to set up the track. So, for example, how to install the red clips in the track, that video. I really just did it because people had been asking me. So I decided to kill a couple birds with one stone. I did the Carrera Go stuff. I didn't expect that video to do so well. But if it did terrible, it would still be worth it for me just for my time savings. When I do my YouTube series, that series hasn't been too popular yet as I keep going at Micro. But there's been more than one of you, believe it or not, ask me for advice on YouTube and how to do their YouTube channel. It just makes more sense for me just to release a series to help as many people as I can out. Track plans. We used to do track plans on our Facebook and our Instagram. Now we could do both at the same time. I'll try to release track plans again. I'll try to do that. You guys want some track plans? I'll try to give you some track plans, but you have to follow us on our other socials, not YouTube. I can't just keep posting everything to YouTube. We need to spread it out because I don't need to annoy people. Now, Amanda, you're the socializing type. How important is socializing?
Well, it's good. It keeps your name out there, and then you learn
Amanda,
about other people.
Collabing is like the most important thing. I think what really contributed us to our growth and to our sales increasing has been socializing with other YouTube creators.
I can think of some specific cases.
Well, it's really cool when Marty shouts us out. Like, that's nice. He's got a lot of
Dan.
subscribers. Yes, Slot Valley Racing. We did that big collab with Conquest and MP. I'm not going to talk about that again because we talked about that enough.
That was a fun day.
But socializing, you know, while it's key, we do have some rules, some of our personal rules about it. So first off, we don't socialize with other stores, and I don't like socializing with YouTubers who are sponsored by other stores. I've even done experiments with this. If I, let's say, get involved or start commenting on people's videos that are sponsored by another store, I don't really see a bump in sales. It's just not worth my time. Like, that's just cold, hard facts. Here we are. Here I am being real again. It is not worth it to compete against another store. I'd rather be socializing with smaller, possibly up-and-coming channels than dealing with channels that are getting sponsored by a store. And then, like, you know, when they're saying go to another store, it's just like, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I know it's against what most of the Slotcar community does, but for us, because we are a business, we do have to think of our business as well.
That's right. Now, I also don't like collabing on videos for product we don't sell. Kind of hard for me to like lean in there and be like, oh, hey guys, you should buy the True Speed controller, and then I don't have it to sell. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's giving I'm not saying that like I wouldn't help somebody when they're reviewing different Carrera product, like some aftermarket Carrera stuff, and like maybe I sell like the Inox and everything, and it would make sense to say like, oh, you can come here for the Inox, and maybe they bring up like a True Speed controller or something we don't sell. But again, we're here to make money. We need to be able... It doesn't make sense for me to do an AFX video when I don't sell AFX. You know what I mean? Like, to be involved at all with that.
So, there obviously have been exceptions, but we don't want to direct someone to one company to buy something, and then they may also sell Carrera product, and then we don't have them as a customer at all. Is that kind of a bit too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And lastly, I learned my friggin' lesson with the stupid other Slotcar cast video we did about the old Carrera bridge. So there was like this old Carrera bridge in like 132, 124, and I got messages about how do I buy this bridge. The bridge that was made in the 60s. I was very clear in the video that it was made in the 60s. So I'm not doing outdated product. Like product that you can't get anymore, I try to avoid that at all costs. Learn my lesson there. So we have one last really boring topic, and I'm going to give Amanda permission to be boring for this. Please explain to us what it's like managing the business finances. I especially want to hear about Canada's stupid tax system.
First off, if you're going to run a business, do better than I do. I realize I really need to start doing taxes because I got to do HST, which is our service tax, essentially, remittance. Very soon, and I have to do all the taxes still.
Hey, did you ever help me with the stock counts? Because you keep bugging me to do that, and there's like nothing
I did the
here.
one. We did the one day.
Yes, that's true. That's
the 132s, and that's when
that's
I did the
fair.
130s.
So you're gonna help me with the rest of this too, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
I already
perfect.
told you your numbers are off.
I am so happy I have that on video that you're gonna help me with all this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There's not too much. Thanks, guys. We're actually sold out of a lot of stuff. We should can we not do that like before the stock gets in?
Ideally.
Okay, we should really move.
Because really, I need my numbers to be accurate from the end of the year, so it doesn't get too convoluted. Fun times!
I remember when Amanda messed up the customs paperwork and added an extra zero on the year, so it was like 2,400, like 24,000 instead of like 2,000 whatever.
I don't remember that. You would remember that because
I showed it to you.
You had to deal with it.
So I had fun using the stupid DOS computer.
At the border.
At the border. I'm like, okay. I don't even know how they have a printer that old. How's it working with DOS? I hate this country.
But we do our own paperwork to get across the border because we're right here. And
let's talk about the future. So the future of the channel. And I think this is such a friggin' boring topic when other people do it. So we are going to keep it brief. As you've seen, we've been increasing the quality of our videos. I plan on making our videos even better. So I'm going to work on editing. So I've been criticizing other YouTubers, like earlier in the podcast, about how we need to do all better about editing, right? About doing better editing techniques. I'm going to try to incorporate those and learn those. I'm going to try to do things like having moving background images when I show a picture of something and having more animations and stuff. And I would also just be liking to do some more broad video topics that normal people could watch. See, making these little... I'm going to
Kick the dog, no.
get a different one. Making these slot cars interesting to watch for regular people is a hard thing to do. But gosh darn it, we're going to try. Now I've got the YouTube Shorts going on. They slow down a little bit because I've been repeating like the same ideas over and over again. I'm going to try to do some new ideas for courses. I am going to try to incorporate the dog into more videos. We are going to be doing things that a regular person, you could link to a regular person who doesn't even like slot cars, that they could enjoy watching the content. Just like other content creators from other niches can do, I'm going to try to do that for slot cars.
Be sure to know there will be some ridiculousness involved in this process.
Okay, so as we end this podcast, I'd just like to bring up how I did that $1 million scatter effect. That cost us $1 million. So if you could shop at sunday-slot-cars.square.site and help me get like $25 or even like, how much does this car cost? $115 back from my $1 million investment, that'd be super duper. Okay, guys? So make sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you later.
Until next time, bye.